Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to take a look at the WE Knives 617. A couple of you guys have asked me to share more along the lines of knives that are readily available and less expensive, and this is a great offering to, share with you guys in that vein. So we're going to take a look at the knife, go through the specs, overall impressions and details. Here's what it ships with: a padded pouch. It does come with a cloth card, but most importantly a pivot tool or a tool for the proprietary hardware. So this is included with every knife, which is of course important when you have proprietary hardware. So, alright, spec wise, let's see, do you have the Kershaw CQCK here for size comparison? Obviously the two are quite different. So the WE Knife 617 has a blade length of about 3.9 inches. Cutting edge is closer to 3.75, so definitely a full-size blade. Handle length is about 4.7, giving us an overall of about 8.7 inches. Handle thickness is about 0.59 inches, so there's a size comparison. And it does weigh in at 5.2 ounces. Now the materials on this one are G10, D2 blade steel, full titanium hardware. You do get a full titanium back spacer and pocket clip, and it is a liner lock with a stainless steel liner and ceramic bearings and detent balls. So it is a flipper, of course. Alright, so those are the specs. As far as my overall impressions, if you guys are looking for a flipper on bearings, the 617 is one of the best values I've seen in quite some time. I mean, you're getting a milled clip and back spacer, ceramic bearings, and detent ball. It is contoured G10, and it has solid lockup. D2 is a pretty decent working steel, so for around the $100 mark, it's actually a really, really good value. One of the better ones I've seen in a while here. So some dealers have them for closer to the $120 mark. Other dealers like GP Knives has them for closer to the $100 mark. So, just look around if you are interested in this model, since there does seem to be some price variability out there. Alright, let's take a look at the knife more up close here. First, let me show you guys the flipping action. So, the flipper tab has some texturing on the front, and I primarily pull this one straight back, but detent's really well dialed, flips really well, really smooth, so really nice action. D2 blade is a full, well, it's a flat grind, it's pretty much a full flat grind. You have a tiny bit of a shoulder up here, but it's, yeah. The blade, I didn't measure the blade stock here, but it's actually on the thinner side, which was ideal for you guys who really want slicing performance, which is, probably most of you guys. But nice, usable piece of blade stock with just about a full flat grind. The edge on this one is very clean, very consistent, really sharp. They did a good job on sharpening, and this one of course has a black coating, which is good since it is, D2 blade steel, and that'll help protect against some of the corrosion or possible corrosion on the knife. So as long as you keep the, the knife or the blade here well oiled, and you don't live somewhere, super hot and humid, and you're not sweating on it, you shouldn't have issues with the D2 blade steel at all. So has an interesting, kind of harpoon up at the front. No functional benefit to it, but it does add an element of visual appeal to the overall lines of the knife. So the jimping up top here is actually quite effective. They did a really good job with the jimping, and then they added an interesting, artistic element here that corresponds with the jimping on both sides. It, matches essentially the angle of the handle there, so again, just a nice visual detail, no functional benefit. So, yeah, nice sharpening notch there. So if you want to use a fixed angle system, and then the slight shoulder back here should help as well. But, alright. There's the blade steel designation D2. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for the blade. Again, it is black coated. They did remove the coating off of the lock interface. That way it's not causing any problems with it. Now this one's green G10. They do have several different variants. They have some with satin blades, some with partially coated blades like this one. They have different colors of G10 available. So this one is actually the 617C. I think there's like A, B, obviously C, maybe D, E. I'm not even sure how many variants there are out there. This is the one that I like the best. So, all right, lockup with, again, the stainless steel liner lock is probably about 20-30%. Lockup is very, very solid, no movement. Blade centering, perfect. So, yeah. Do have a nice 3D milled titanium clip, works really well. Again, with that lip there, it actually goes over my jeans, and then there's enough of a gap for it to work well with my jeans. So, one screw construction, or one screw holding it, no movement. So they seated it pretty well. And you do have a lanyard hole on the back. The titanium backspacer does have some jimping, which is also effective. So there is proprietary hardware throughout. Has the star-shaped pattern, and the green with the star has kind of a military-esque feel to it. They have their logo here on the pivot. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, what I really like about this knife, ergonomics are excellent. With that large, finger choil right here cut out, it locks it in at the first finger. Then the rest of the hand can rest comfortably on it. So ergos are really, really nice on this particular one. And it just feels really solid. It feels really nice. There's the security guard at work. He's a gun guy. He's not a knife guy. But I do show him my knives from time to time. Ones ranging that are, up in the thousands to ones like, this one that are in the hundreds. So handed this knife to him maybe yesterday or the day before when I was carrying it. And I said, hey, what do you think? And he's like, that's a really, really nice knife. I said, what do you think it cost? And he said, oh, I don't know, probably about $500. And obviously that was pretty far off the mark. But, he did not classify this one as a cheap knife. And again, I've told him the price of the other knives that he's handled. So point is, it really does punch above its weight. Really smooth, nice materials. Again, D2 is not a super steel by any means, but it is a decent working steel. I've always been happy with D2. You just got to keep your eye on, making sure that it's well oiled and clean. So, yeah. All right, that is pretty much it. As far as any potential concerns with the knife, same old story. When you're buying a knife that's produced overseas, you have to be wary of warranty support and work from the company. So, if you buy from a reputable dealer and you have a problem right off the bat, swap it out for a new one. Down the line, if there's an issue, you may have to ship it to We Knives in China for any warranty work. That's the only concern. Although up to this point, I've not had any problems with the We Knives that I currently own. So, there's always going to be one, though. Someone's going to have to get some warranty work at some point. So that would be the only consideration. But anyhow, really like this one. Again, for the money, I think it is an amazing value. Next time I fly overseas, I'll probably put this one in my suitcase and hopefully it shows up. If not, I can always pick up another one without too much stress. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed taking a look at a really nice value option here that punches well above its weight. More videos to come, and see you guys soon.